Hi everybody. Hi, welcome to Monday and welcome to Hey What's Cooking, another new episode of Hey What's Cooking. And guess what I'm going to cook today? I'm going to cook chicken and with chili and bell peppers. Bell peppers. So this is one of the recipes that it's a Southeast Asian recipes that we use to cook with chicken and in Southeast Asia we use there's a lot of spices and it's you know and the flavors are really rich and flavorful and and in Southeast Asia, especially in Singapore, we use what we call dry chilies. And these dry chilies are like this kind of size and red and dried chilies. And the other day I was wondering what can how can I cook this dish because I was kind of nursing home and I like to like improvise, improvisation. And my friend Bianca from my Aikido dojo, she gave me a whole pack of, guess what? Dried red chilies from New Mexico. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I can use these dried chilies to cook the chicken. Okay? Alright? Can I do that? And I tried and oh my god, the taste is so intense and it's so yummy, and I've cooked it a number of times already. And how do you cook this recipe? Okay, pretty easy. So what you need to do, you need of course chicken thigh. Yeah, that's sliced, okay. And you need ginger, okay, that's cut. And you slice it and put low water, and I've pounded, and I'm going to pound, some of the ginger that's sliced together with water inside. I'm going to mention more about it. And of course, in every Asian cuisine recipe, you need garlic. Yep, and you need bell peppers, okay, and of course you need dried red chilies. Okay, so you can get this dried red chilies from Smith's or from any supermarket. Okay, and for those of you who live in Las Vegas, like I live in the Las Vegas, Nevada, you can purchase these dried chilies, some of the dried chilies from the Asian market, or you can these are wonderful dried chilies from New Mexico, given by my friend Bianca when she went to New Mexico recently. Okay, she gave me a whole bag of dried red chilies. Okay, and of course you need white pepper and a little bit of cooking wine. Yep, and of course not forgetting tamari sauce. Okay, so with every Asian cuisine, all right, it's really simple. You just need the basic ingredients. You don't need to make anything. You don't need to make it so fanciful. You just need this basic ingredients. Okay. So first, what you do, you season a little bit of salt. Okay, you just add it to the chicken thigh. Okay, let me add a little bit. Okay, yep. I forgot my spoon. Okay, and you need to add a little bit of white pepper. just a bit. Okay, need, yeah, 1 tablespoon of cooking wine. Okay, this is sesame oil. Okay, a little bit of sesame oil, not too much, because there's the oil seeps out from the chicken thigh, so you don't want to make it too oily, too greasy. Just a bit to give the flavor. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, let me heat up the pan so we can fry the chicken thigh. Okay, and then you need, okay, as I mentioned, the ginger is already pounded. Okay, so you can see the ginger and the water. Okay, the ginger that's sliced and put a little bit of water and you pound them. Okay, so you can have the flavor and the you know, of that the ginger water. Okay, all right. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of ginger water. You can see that. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of that. Okay, so you marinate the chicken thigh. Okay, and let the taste just infuse into the meat. Okay, wash my hands. Okay, and right now, add a little bit of canola oil, just a bit into the pan, the wok. Okay, I'm gonna make it this temperature because it's this wok heats up pretty quickly. Okay, all right. And just let the pan heat up. Okay. Okay, as I forgot to mention that just now I was just then I was mentioning about you need the dried chilies, right? So what you do is this, just before you you know, you get the ingredients ready, yeah, take the dried chili, yeah, you need to so for those people who you have a high tolerance for spices, you can just break it off and you know, and just add hot water for 30 minutes. Okay, so by the time you soak it, it's like that. This is how it looks like. Okay, yep. So for me, what I do is that I emptied I took out all the seeds. Okay, now I'm gonna fry the chicken thigh. So so good. This dish is really good for, especially in the months of fall, especially when the weather gets cooler, or winter. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fry the chicken thigh. Okay, in the wok. Just increase the heat a little bit if you want to increase it too much. So, allergies. So today the weather just dipped, and it really dipped into like 44 Fahrenheit. I was like freezing. Okay, this dish is gonna be wonderful, especially for tonight's dinner. Okay, and I'm gonna cook it earlier because I've got to rush off for Aikido class later. Okay, and yeah, so I'm frying the chicken thigh. So as I mentioned, okay, I improvised this recipe and I use the red chili, the dried red chilies from New Mexico. Okay, so for those of you who are interested in cooking Asian food, you can make an improvisation, and you can use the dried chilies from the Mexican dried chilies. Okay, yeah, excellent. The taste is really intense and it's excellent. Okay, so it's not easy, especially when you are going through changes and you have to, improvise, and and I was just thinking as I was preparing this video today, I was thinking, so how do we cope with changes? How do we manage and navigate through changes? Not easy, isn't it? And especially these few months, these 9-10 months have been really, really intense for the whole world. Okay, and I've seen many of my friends having to adapt and to change and to manage these phenomenal changes. It's really, really challenging for many. So how do we manage? Okay, and I was just thinking of 2 points. Okay, 2 points. All right. And while I'm cooking a chicken, let me show you this. And I was just thinking, right? This the first point is this, that to manage what we can. So that means so what does it mean? It means, what do you have in your hand? What do you have on your plate? What do you have in your life that's working for you? So manage with what you have. Manage with what you have, and you always have a choice. You always have a choice to always have a choice in terms of how you control your life. You always have a choice in terms of how you manage the circumstances. And as you can look at this card, it's about timing. Okay, it's not very clear, but there's a picture of the bird perched, and there's the word timing. Doesn't it speak so loudly about what's happening in the world? Timing. So manage with what you have. Okay, so you always have a choice. And what is the choice? The choice is this, that you can take one step at a time. Like what I mentioned last week about that you do not know what's ahead, but what you know is the step that's in front of you. So just take one step at a time, one day at a time. Okay, let's look at the chicken. Okay, it's cooked already. Look at that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I am going to drain it into a little bowl. Okay, let me turn off the stove first, because it gets a bit crazy, really hot, I'm going to overheat the wok. I'm going to drain the gravy into a bowl, a little container. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so in Asian cooking, we use everything. Okay, nothing is ever wasted. So why do I drain the gravy? Why do I drain? You see, there's a huge lot of stock there. So what I use with the stock is later I'm gonna cook some rice and I'm gonna add this chicken stock into the rice and just add a little bit of salt and just like one slice of ginger, and that's it. Okay, it makes it really flavorful. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me turn on the stove. Okay, and let me use another wok. Okay, so I love using two woks. Then I don't need to, transfer. It's so convenient. I love it. I love using two woks. Okay, let me add some oil. Okay, just a little bit of oil. Okay. Excuse me. Today is crazy. My allergies are acting up, It's been, I get allergies especially when it's really dusty and the weather changes. It's crazy. Okay, so what do I need? Okay, I've heated up the pan. I need a little bit of ginger. As I told you, when I pounded the ginger with water, okay, so I slice it and it looks like that. So I take a little bit of those slices of ginger, just a bit, okay, add it into the wok. Okay, and a little bit of garlic. Just a bit. Oh, I love garlic. Garlic's so nice. Okay. Okay, fry the garlic and the ginger. Until you can smell the scent of the combined scent of the ginger and the garlic. So good. It's gonna be a really nice meal today. And add a little bit of bell peppers. Okay, fry it. Okay. And I'm gonna drain the water. Like I mentioned, I soaked the dried red chili, okay, with hot water, and I soaked it for half an hour, and this is how it looks like. I'm gonna add some of the red chilies. Oh my God, it smells so intense. I really can smell it. Okay, it's gonna be a wonderful dish tonight for dinner. Okay, and now I'm gonna add the chicken that was cooked just now, the chicken thigh. Okay, add it. Alright. Smells so good. Okay, and now what you need is this. As I mentioned, Asian food is not that difficult to cook. You just need some basic ingredients like tamari sauce. Okay, 1 tablespoon of that. Okay, 1 tablespoon of tamari sauce. 1 tablespoon of cooking wine, or this one, if you cannot find any cooking wine, this will suffice. This is sake. All right, just make sure that it's not sweet sake or plum sake. You know, it's just plain sake. Okay, right. And you need a little bit of sesame oil, just a bit. Okay, don't want to go too crazy. As I mentioned in my previous videos, that all the ingredients should mix and blend well together, you know. So there should be no taste that overpowers the other one. So if you have something that's very overpowering, like dried chili, so you need something that complements with that taste. That's why chicken. Now this dish is ideal for white meat, like you know, chicken, and you can cook it with seafood too, like shrimp, okay, with dried red chilies, okay, and pepper. All right, and so good. Smells so good. Okay, and that's it. Okay, turn off the stove. Let me try just a little bit of the chicken. It's pretty hot. Okay, let me scoop up into a small little plate for myself. Okay, and try. Let me scoop up. Okay, and so good, so good. As I mentioned, the intense taste of the red chili really blends so good with the chicken. It's really good. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. That's it. Okay, so how does it look? It looks like this. Okay, that's chicken with dried red chilies and bell peppers. That's it. Very simple, but it's amazing. The taste is amazing. Okay, so continuation, as I was saying, you know, that you always have a choice, and the choice is to control what you can control, and amidst all the changes. Okay, I would like to read something for you from. Okay, so this is Points of View coaching book, right? So we have, in Points of View, we have the cards. Yeah. And this is the book, okay? Points of View, the coaching book. And let's look at the title. And the title of the story is called Timing. Okay, let's look. Interesting, okay? The title is called Timing. Let me read to you. For hours, a young boy had been watching a butterfly struggling to push its way out of the hole that had opened up in the cocoon it was in. Suddenly, the butterfly appeared to halt its efforts, and it looked like it could get no further. The boy decided to help. Very carefully, using a pair of scissors, he opened the cocoon. The butterfly slipped out easily, but its body was limp and its wings were crumpled. The young boy watched on in anticipation, waiting any moment now to see the butterfly spread its wings and fly. But it wasn't going to be. And the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling on its limp body and crumpled wings, unable ever to fly. The young boy, in his desire to help and be kind, failed to understand that the tight cocoon and the butterfly struggle to break out on its own as long as it takes. Its nature's designed to allow fluids from the butterfly's body to be pushed into the wings so that it would be able to fly after freeing itself. So there you have it. And that's the title of the story, Timing. So take one day at a time. Choose to control what you can. Think about your life. What are the things that you can control in your life? What is within your control? There are things that are within your control. So choose to control what you can. And just take one step at a time. One day at a time. Okay, so that's it for today. Okay, so I'll see you next week, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. And next week on November 7th, I'll be running a workshop on change. I mentioned that it's October 31st, but it's not, because it completely slipped my mind that it's Halloween and people are out partying. So no, there's no workshop on October 31st, but there is an online workshop about change on November 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So click onto the link to register. So see you next week, and have a wonderful week of possibilities and hope. And see you next week. See ya.